Do you think that's the key to distribution, at least at this stage? Which is you just have to show up day after day.
100%. Yeah. I mean, this is something so I've been doing content for other people for a long time. Like I've been ghostwriting for some investors and other executives for years. And the original conversation I had with them was like, look, I think if you really want to make this work, you got to like commit to it forever. So the volume of content doesn't need to be extreme. What needs to be extreme is your commitment to push through no matter what. Right. And so with them, I've worked with them a really long time. And so I can see the results vary. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Some things go viral, some things don't go viral. And it's not about like trying to manage to short-term KPIs. I think this part is really, really important. It's about thinking really long-term about establishing yourself and having a voice in the industry. And KPIs do matter. Like, it is interesting. Like, we do want to understand what's happening, but we don't want to be captives of the KPIs and then be chasing some algorithm. I think people make a really big mistake there. And so, okay, this part's really important too. So, okay, Gregory, so we're not chasing KPIs. So then what is the point? Like, how do we manage this? How do we understand if we're doing a good job? You have to really have a clear vision of where you're headed and what your narrative is. And then that is the goal with the content. So for you and I have talked a lot about this, right? At the highest level, your brand is all about Reddit and demonstrating to people that you are the expert when it comes to Reddit, regardless of the KPIs, right? Like at the highest level, that is the mission. Because we found like, and which we could obviously do, if you created a bunch of like outrageous political content on X, you could game the algorithm, but that would have no benefit to your company at all, right? So that's why I want to be really clear about this, because I think it's very easy to get captured by your audience or captured by the algorithm or start to go in directions that maybe aren't valuable. I think, in my opinion, is what people mean by vanity metrics. They're chasing a lot of KPIs. They're getting a lot of impressions. They're maybe even getting a lot of engagement, but they're not necessarily doing what they need to do to grow their business. And the last piece I'll say on this is that sometimes this is very uncomfortable for people because the things you're talking about maybe aren't that popular. There's only so many people who want to read a lot about a specific form of AI analytics, or if you're an LLM ad network, like how many people want to read about that on a daily basis, right? So I think a lot of people ultimately they get bored. They're like, they run out of ideas, they keep posting to this, and that's what's really difficult about the long-term content generation game, is that you need to be able to say 1,000, you need to be able to say one thing 1,000 different ways.